Anyway, y'all, let's talk about Choppa. First of all, what the fuck happened to Choppa? Did somebody like delete this nigga's eyelashes? What his eyebrows? Like, what is going on? Either way, okay, neighborhood talk. Let's see. Neighbors, it took another artist. It looks like another artist from Diddy's Making the Band is making headlines. However, it's not because he's scorned over contracts. It might be because he's handing out his own. According to TMZ, Chopper has been busted for sex trafficking. Per the report, he was arrested earlier this month in Maryland, and he's been extradited to Las Vegas to face sex trafficking charges. Chopper was busted by an undercover police officer who posed as a sex worker. Their conversations took place on Instagram. These messages show him making an apparent offer to provide money for prostitution. Y'all are so stupid. Y'all, I'm so lost at this generation thinking that they can put things in writing on social media and they will never be held responsible for it in a court of law. Why are you so dumb? Anyway, the undercover cop says they searched Chopper's Instagram account and noticed several posts related to prostitution and pimping, including posts where Chopper flaunted wealth and made references to being a pimp, including one image of him inside of a plane with a phone alongside the caption, sending him with a money bag and crown emoji. It's so funny to me how cops have all of this time to look into rappers, but y'all don't have time to look into the large, like, funneling of the drugs in the sex trafficking. Y'all always go for small game. I never see y'all taking down big game when it comes to these situations. Who owns the boats? Who owns the trucks that bring the people in? Like, the conversation obviously is still small time. I swear America always does the same shit. This is the same shit they did to me with the crack epidemic and shit. Like, instead of y'all going for who's bringing the shit over here, y'all want to go for niggas like Chopper. Now y'all should go for him because he's you're a menace to society if you're trafficking and doing all of this. Okay. But either way, let me finish reading, y'all. Okay, so they, uncovered all of this shit on his Instagram. After launching an investigation into him, Choppa told the undercover police officer he would make them a part of his team. So he was basically trying to bring someone in to traffic. The undercover says Chopper then became aggressive with them over the phone, ordering them around like he might do to a sex worker, telling them to pack their belongings, get to the airport, and meet him in Charlotte, North Carolina to join his stable. The undercover stalled, saying they didn't want to leave home. At that point, Chopper then offered the undercover $2,000, and that is how they got him and arrested him. Look at this nigga. This photo was used as a part of the police investigation because of the caption, sending them. Sending them. So that means we're sending the girls. Is that what that means? We're sending the girls. The girls are en route. Is that what that's supposed to mean? Y'all talk to me. Pimps supposed to be extinct in 2022. They're not. They have just mutated. They're like roaches. Okay, sex trafficking is out of control, but America been knew this. It's not new. It's not. Sex trafficking is no different from slavery. Like, y'all were selling bodies. It's the same overall concept. The prostitution money must have been good because he definitely hasn't been missing any meals. Oop. A Doja May collab will be fire. I'm aware. Okay. Because they are part of the funneling. I seriously don't understand how pimps are still making money in 2022 with all of the ways the middle can be eliminated. I just don't understand. Well, here's the thing. A part of pimping is not just about making money off of sex. A part of pimping is also controlling women's minds and using their bodies as a commodity. So, in my opinion, I feel like a lot of girls get into sex work through the mind control of a man and also the desperation. So desperate because life is shitty, but also a lot of them get mind fucked, get, tricked. They get flipped. Their minds get gone behind the guy, and then they start doing sex work. And by the time they become a sex worker and they're coming into contact with people like Choppa, the psychological work has already been done to, basically implement these women into a stable, you know what I'm saying? Because they've already been indoctrinated into this pimp hoe mentality mindset, because it's a universal concept. It's not something that's indicative to one hood or another hood. No, it's a universal concept on how to mentally control and flip and groom young women. It's no different from, men who are 28, 29 getting with girls that's 17, 18, 19 years old. You get with them when they're at a mental um impasse in their lives. They're growing, they don't know a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? They're probably going through issues at home. They're looking for somebody to save them. Men like Chopper will show up like they're about to save the day for you, and then there's an episode of SVU that's exactly like this. The girl comes in town and the dude starts pimping her out and making her sleep with his homeboys, and she didn't want to do it, so she ends up calling her dad, and they started investigation to come and find her. But she basically, was being pimped out and brought from another state in this exact same way. And y'all, it's because there's a mental and emotional control that happens. So for the women, it's not just about the money. It's about connectedness. It's about having somebody you feel like is protecting you. It's about having a man, because society teaches women that it's so important to have a man regardless to if he's providing you anything of value. So you tell girls, I got a daddy, I got an old ass nigga that's taking care of me, when really all he doing is selling you to homeboys. But because you view it as a man, probably a home somewhere y'all live, and money being brought in, even though your body is what's being used for that money, you're still viewing it in the same way that women view their relationships with their husbands in their mind. In the prostitute's mind, in the young women that do this, the way they do this, in their mind, women who are married are doing the same thing. You laying up with a man, he paying your bills, you fucking him, not realizing that at the end of the day, in this day and age, if I married him, girl, I want to fuck him. He ain't got to put money on my nightstand for it. You know what I'm saying? First of all. And second of all, I'm still in control of my shit, and I feel like you're not. Like, I can get up and leave a nigga. You know what I'm saying? I can get up and walk out the door. You, on the other hand, are gonna have to escape into the night because it ain't safe. It ain't safe. So it's funny to me, and as we're having this conversation, and I'm thinking about society-wise, pushing marriage, pushing women worshiping men and finding a man, that narrative being pushed on young women, no matter what their economic background is, no matter what their situation is, that also pushes young women into being pimped out, because they're still viewing that man as some form of a family unit, as some sort of a man providing care for a woman. And so because of that, because of the similarities in what society deems is acceptable, women will then tell themselves that what they're doing with these men being pimped out is okay, because it's not that much different from what society deems is okay. When really, no ma'am. No ma'am, no Pam. You should never be in a situation where somebody else is in control of your sex, is in control of who you decide to sleep with. So if you want to be a sex worker, it should be on your terms. It should be in a way that you feel comfortable. That's why I'm never mad at the OnlyFans girls. I'm never mad at the OnlyFans girls. You better make that fucking money without having to put yourself in harm's way. If these niggas gonna pay to see your feet and look at your asshole, and you don't mind putting it on the internet for people, girl, go ahead and do what you got to do then. Okay? Because they gonna pay, ain't they? And as long as you can keep that physical separation and protect yourself, I don't see anything wrong with it personally. I just don't. Okay. If I wasn't somebody's wife, please believe these feet would be on OnlyFans making me $50 million a year. Did y'all see Bad Baby make $50 million in cash off of OnlyFans because nasty old men want to see what a prepubescent woman looks like naked and look at her feet and shit? Like, y'all, I was about to feel bad about that shit. What am I doing with my life? I'm about to feel bad. But then I thought about it and I was like, do you know who's paying to see Bad Baby? Probably a bunch of old, nasty ass men that like to look at young women that look like children. And the last time I checked, isn't Danielle under 21 still? Bad Baby? Isn't Danielle, that's her real name, Danielle? Isn't she still under 21? So they see her as, barely legal. And I don't know if y'all remember what porn was like when we were growing up, but when I tell y'all that barely legal shit was everywhere, they recently stopped publicizing that shit like that because they feel like that's doing too much. But I absolutely feel like she doesn't even realize she probably does realize it and it doesn't bother her at this point. Shit, I guess it wouldn't bother me either. $50 million off of OnlyFans. We're not even talking about all of the other endorsement deals that she has. I don't begrudge her, but I also feel like money doesn't make you happy. So as much money as she has, what mentally and emotionally have you done to help yourself, Danielle? Because girl, you famous for some bullshit. Now you young with a lot of money, and now you got a whole bunch of nasty, creepy old people looking at your body and shit online. I feel like that's gonna fuck with your mind and your spirit in some ways, whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? So I was about to feel bad, and then I was like, you know what? No, I won't feel bad because ultimately I got 92,000 subscribers on YouTube, barely 25,000 followers on with 28. I don't even know. I don't even know. Not enough, motherfucker. Not enough. Okay, on Instagram. That ain't shit. That ain't shit compared to Bad Baby's following. You know what I'm saying? And when I tell y'all, it's enough. Like as far as public consumption and people seeing you, I could take a little bit more. I could take a good 100,000 more, and I would be good. I don't need, because like the amount of people that know her and probably recognize her for bad shit. Then on top of that, now the people that probably recognize you for being the girl on OnlyFans, they pay for you, but you are recognizable in public. So at any moment, some nasty old nigga could walk up to you and make you feel like $5 on the street. And that's one thing that I feel like a lot of people don't talk about. A lot of people don't, even think about. All you think about is, Bad Baby, 18 years old, talking crazy to her mama on Dr. Phil, now worth $50 million from OnlyFans alone. Insane. Okay. I hope that she uses it to do well for herself. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, because I don't begrudge anybody, not even the little white girls that get to get away with appropriating Black culture and becoming famous for it versus the way y'all treat the Black girls for being their damn selves. We see it, but we're not haters. So, hey, girl, get your money. But I also was like, the mess that little girl probably have to deal with because of the amount of people that follow her and because of the type of energy she puts out. Child, sometimes it ain't worth the money. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's not. It's just not. Okay. But prayers out to the OnlyFans girls. You know what I'm saying? It's especially easy to get traffic now because girls nowadays get flued out. It makes it easier, especially once you get out there. Anything can happen to you. That's another thing for everybody that won't get flued out. Think that shit cute. Get flued out to a nigga that put you in the basement. So how exactly does the feet thing work? Because I'm about to go get a pedicure and take some pictures real quick. Listen. I don't think it's just a feet thing. Even though I think a lot of girls are making money off their feet on OnlyFans because niggas have weird feet fetishes and shit. Ultimately, I feel like it's the fact that she looks like a child. And we'll see if she's still making that amount of money when she starts looking older than her age, like white girls tend to do, especially living a hard life. But we'll see because she got money. So maybe she'll, reserve her sexy, like Diddy say.